Everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to EA Tetragrammaton, where we are playing This is turn 106, and this might end up being a little bit of a quick turn. I'm going to try to breeze through things relatively quickly because it's late and I have not been getting enough sleep. And there's honestly only so much happening in this turn, so let's talk about things. We have completed Evocation 9. Fantastic. That means we have flames from the sky. We're not using them this. I went into this turn with the intention of this being the turn to kick everything off. We're going to launch multiple flames from the sky. We're going to march armies. We're going to attack. We're going to go. The issue is that we have depleted stores of the particular gems that we need large quantities of. We're pretty low on nature, although we kind of have enough there-ish for most parts. But we're very low on astral and we're very low on earth, and we need a decent amount for both of those in order to stock up our two massive armies that we want to march. Later on, we can stock up a third more army and march that as well. That's fine. But the issue there is that we're kind of low on those. I could alchemize. I could have easily alchemized, but I'm kind of hesitant to just start alchemizing things willy-nilly if I'm not going to... Because there's the chance that this fails and this ends up being a long, drawn-out, protracted conflict. If that's the case, then alchemizing now is going to be hurting my efficiency in the long run. So we're just going to wait another turn, and then we are going to launch next turn, 107. So, we've completed level 9, Evocation 9. We're on our way up, Blood Magic 8. Only got Blood Magic 8 and 9 left. We'll get there pretty quickly. Which 3 has empowered himself in death? Cool. Augury, nothing. Curse of Blood. Augury, nothing. Summon Kusarikus. Augury, nothing. Tartarian Gate. Augury finds a Tar Pits. Tar Pits is just a +1 fire, so that's cool. You know what? Tar Pits would be really cool. Oh, I just thought about this. This should allow you to allow like a death mage or something like that to enter and find dead elephants or whatever, like undead elephants, like one per turn. That would be super dope. Right? That'd be crazy cool, and it's thematic. Maybe not even like always elephants. Maybe like mannequins or things like that, right? Although I don't know about the whole tar pit kind of concept, but like undead creatures of varying types would be cool to be able to find out of a tar pit. Or maybe you even do it like as fire, as tar. But regardless, it would be cool. Anyways, Gift of Reason twice, cool. Augury, nothing. Augury, nothing. Summon Ugalu. Haruspex, nothing. Augury, nothing. Lichcraft. We did Haruspex, nothing. Augury, nothing. Dark Knowledge, nothing. We cast Gifts of Nature's Bounty. Global enchantment was successfully cast. We're going to talk about that in a second. Augury found nothing. Auspex found nothing. Voice of Apsu found nothing. Augury found nothing. Lichcraft. Augury found nothing. Ugalu. Haruspex found nothing. We've got a couple of blood slaves from our various blood hunting operations. We have lost population to a barbarian horde in Simri. We'll watch them in a second. We got bad omens in Treoa. We got some death gems and some unrest in Pugria. Let's watch this battle in Simri real quick. Here's the thing. We've got Gift of Health up. This is a lot of barbarians. We've got Gift of Health up, though, and our light infantry have nearly double the HP that they did previously. Our militia have nearly double the HP that they had previously. Now, there's still light infantry, there's still militia, but, you know, with archers, with javelins, with enough of them, and with the fact that they don't all insta-splat, we are able to drive away. Normally even at 20 PD, this PD would get stomped by that many barbarians. As it is, they still lose a lot in fairness, right? But we have Gift of Health. We kick ass. Deadly diseases, scouts discovered. A bunch of our scouts are getting discovered because I keep pinging big locations, which is dumb of me, but, you know, it's whatever. Raphabolia, that is here, right? We've got a couple of units patrolling. And then Grainport is down here. So he's making sure to keep his thrones defended. All right, patrolling troops are doing their things. Okay, what are we doing? We're doing movement. We are doing what we have been doing for several turns. Excepting that you can now see our income is... It's crazy. Our income is incredibly stupid. It's astronomical. I have never before reached this point in a multiplayer game. I do not know what to do. We have gone to every single one, every fortification, and we have full purchased. I say full purchased. Everywhere. And every place we have a lab, we are also recruiting an Enkidu shaman, except for places where we're doing other stuff. We're doing a few locations where we're just recruiting random things, random like lizardmen warriors or other stuff. I think up here I was gonna recruit Bakemono shows, but I stopped. Maybe I do that. I don't know. Bunch of Bakemono shows. Sure. Why not? Why not? They're stealthy. We can go raiding with them. It'll be great. Be fantastic. So I've recruited everything that I can, everywhere that I can, to the point where I'm also bidding on every single mercenary in the game. And I'm building palisades in one location, not multiple locations, just one location. And I still have over 2K to spend. I basically boiled down to either I start just recruiting... I'm also recruiting, like, Enkidu shamans almost on every border province that we have. Or not shamans, scouts. On almost every border province that we have. Here, I'll just make it every border province that we have. Why not? Oh, actually, I'm doing Enkidus in a bunch of those already. So we have a metric shit ton of money. It's kind of crazy. I am actually sending out galas because my plan is going to be maybe to just start building palisades in multiple locations, and it's definitely to start building temples in a lot of locations, especially in my heartland. But generally speaking, I'm probably just going to start building temples and palisades everywhere. Like, I think all of these different locations that I put up, I might as well. I can't in every spot. But that's fine, it's whatever. So, why would we do this? Well, one, we're probably not going to build everything everywhere forever. Our upkeep is going to slowly tick up. It has been ticking up over the course of the last 20 turns as we gained more and more wealth, and we've seen that kind of like that gap narrow. So our income will continue to climb as our provinces grow, etc. But our upkeep is going to climb faster. So this is not going to last forever. But temples, adding more temple checks to the overall progress of our nation might be worth it. Now, there are breakpoints. Unfortunately, I don't know the nature of the breakpoints. I probably need to look that up and kind of see what our breakpoint options are. But if we can get it to where we are pushing, and you can already see we're kind of starting to push relay now, right? If we can get it to the point to where we are pushing Dominion, we can build power off of that. At one point, right? For no other reason than if our Dominion is in our enemy's lands, we have Gift of Health there, right? And that's gonna be a boon to us in the long run. We could eventually even put up things like Wrath of God or something like that, you know? There are plenty of ways that we could make having an oppressive amount of temples really, really benefit us. But one of the things that we can definitely do is just protect our heartland. Any place that has 10,000 plus population, I want that we're not using for Enkidu shamans. I want to definitely start fortifying. That might be difficult if we're about to start a war, but we'll just see how it goes. Short of that, my only other real alternatives are doing something like PD dumping things. And I don't want to do that just yet. I might end up doing that. I did actually go around, and anywhere that wasn't already at 20, I put it all to 20. But still, I don't know that I want to just start PD dumping this shit out of, like, our capital or something like that. Because, like, I mean, I guess it's probably going to be a pretty big defensive boon, but I don't know. I wish, I'm going to throw this out there. I wish when you went beyond different breakpoints, it gave you different things. So obviously at 20, right, it gives you another commander and a new unit type, right? Now we get Guard here. Cool, interesting. When we get to 50, it should give us another better commander and a new unit type or something like that. If you make it to like 75, it should get you another more powerful, and these should be like cap only style people. Like it should be, there should be some reward for going really high into PD. Like, not something that's oppressive, mind you, because you still can't script them, and they shouldn't be like, you know, Tartarians at the top end or anything like that. But maybe like if you get to 75, you get an NC as part of your PD. That would be cool, right? And maybe you don't get and you can only get an NC at your capital. Sure, fine. But maybe here we have a Gudu. Maybe when we hit 50, we get an Ishib. And then maybe if we get to 75, we get a second Gudu and a second Ishib. Cool. Awesome. So we have a little mage cadre there. They don't have anything. They don't have any scripts, but that would still be neat. That would feel rewarding. I don't know. It's just there's nothing wrong with it. It's just I feel like PD is a somewhat interesting mechanic that is only interesting up to a very little point, and then it's casually tossed aside. I don't know. Anyways, I'm talking about random stuff, and this is going to turn into another hour-long video because I'm not actually. We have a shit ton of money. We're gonna have to figure out ways to use that money over the next few turns. We'll see how it goes. Oh, I'm building a lab in the womb, by the way, because I'd forgotten that we had access to necromancers. Not that we really need them because we have liches on command now. But I'm going to start making necromancers here, probably. Because why not? Okay. What are we doing that matters? We are reinforcing different armies. I forgot that I changed things. Because keep in mind, again, I started this turn. When I started this turn, I did so with the intention that this was going to be the turn. But you can see, like, I set up this army, the Kailasan army, to have all of the gems that it needed. And just all the gems that it needed, not all the gems that I wanted to take, basically bottomed out my astral and nearly bottomed out my earth and nature. Realistically, if I want to go next turn, I'm probably still going to need to alchemize for if I want to take both armies. But I'm okay alchemizing. Next turn, I'll need to alchemize a few things. This turn, I would have had to alchemize actually a lot. So I don't want to do that. So we're taking another turn where we're just kind of holding. We're blood hunting. And we are consolidating different forces. We are sending an Ugalu up to Pangaea because they don't have one yet. We are... Actually, this person needs to be summoning an... Because air is one of the things that we're still okay with. This guy, we gift a reasoned a High Priest of the Sun. The only one we will ever have. And we're going to basically put him on death row. We're going to send him out to this Devil's Furnace to start summoning fiery imps. So eventually, the plan will be that this place is going to have a bunch of lion tribes and some fiery imps. And a Grigory is going to land on it and just kill absolutely everything that's there. I'm convinced that that's what's going to happen. All of this movement, this is all Galas moving out to potentially start temples or build temples or start palisades, because the Galas are basically useless for us now. We're gonna have research is not gonna be a thing pretty shortly. We are sending these Enkidu shamans to because we need a couple. We have some Enkidu shamans here, but keep in mind these are all except for this one. Are our casters, our global enchantment casters. And this one we actually I don't think we want to send in an army because he's a rare one. He's an Earth 4, which is very rare, because they start as Earth 2, so he basically got double Earth randoms. So I don't want to send him out because I might use him for Earth stuff, because I could put an Earth boot on him, put two other boosters, our robe and our sword, and he'd be Earth 7, so he could cast a bunch of different decks. One of the other things that I could potentially put up is... What is it? I could put up Forge of the Ancients. So all magic items forged have their gem cost reduced by 20%, and all mages craft items that they had as if they had the Mastersmith +1 ability, which means that they craft at 1 higher than what their path is. So that could be really good, or we could put up Earthblood Deepwell to try to get back to the point of having a whole bunch of Earth gems, or we could put up Riches from Beneath, which would give us even more in the way of resource or of money, which I don't think there's really a point to, but whatever. I don't know. I don't know that we're gonna do anything with him, but the point is we need more Enkidus here, and he's an Enkidu that I don't know that I want to send into battle. So these two are heading to because most of the others in Pangaea, in Kailasa, and in Trackless Wastes, we have enough to do what we have to do. We are... I was moving here, but I don't remember why. This Oogaloo is actually heading back down to Earth. Again, for kind of the same reason, right? We don't have an Oogaloo in this Oogaloo is casting another Oogaloo. This Apkalu is forging a crystal coin for himself. And then we're doing a Ring of Warning. We are Gift of Reasoning. We have, again, Tart 4 is still a no-go this turn. Tart 2 is researching, and then we have Rotflesh here. I didn't rename him, my bad. He is the next Tart, but he is still feeble-minded, so we have to wait for him to get fixed. Not having a whole lot of luck with our Tartarians right now, which is unfortunate. But we've got another Tartarian Spirit. Spirits are kind of cool because keep in mind they come with baked-in regeneration. So that's pretty sweet. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully we get something good. And this is going to be our first turn where we are double casting Tartarian Gate. So next turn we will have to start double casting Gift of Reason. That is 10 nature gems per cast. So that's 20 nature gems that are accounted for every single turn. Which, again, we're probably going to have to alchemize next turn. But it's all going to be from death gems, and we've got a shit ton of death gems, so we should be okay. We're continuing to double cast Lichcraft. We cannot do that for too much longer if we are going to be alchemizing a bunch of death gems. But, again, this is where income is incredibly important because it replenishes and it allows us to do the things that we're doing. We're also sending Lich 5 towards Kailasa. And we're sending Lich 6 to Pangaea. Why? Because they are joining the armies. And I'll tell you why they're joining the armies. It's because I want them there to cast a single spell. Very important, very interesting, very good spell. Life After Death. This spell gives all friendly units a second chance to live. An affected unit that dies will rise again as a soulless being and continue to fight. Undead units are not affected by the spell. So, Life After Death just means if someone dies, they get back up and they fight some more. Now, they are dead, and once the battle is over, to my understanding, they're dead. I think they might stick around as a soulless, right? But it doesn't give you, it's not like a 1-up. It doesn't give you an extra life. You die, it's just you keep fighting, which is important because it means if you lose 50 soldiers to something, to like a thug or something like that, Life After Death can add those 50 back for the overall battle itself. For HP pools, for HP routes, etc., etc. So, it's a good spell. It's a very strong spell. And in a late game situation like this, I'm really glad we can add it to the mix. Also got Disintegrate, which is very nice for potentially dealing with things like Gregory. Unless he has really, really high magic resistance, which is entirely possible. We've got a couple of other options with the Liches. Obviously, we know we're potentially going to use them as thugs, but we'll see how it goes. I think of anything else that's happening that's super crazy. I don't think there's anything else that's happening that's really crazy. We're summoning another Curse of Blood. And we are forging some pieces of gear, basically, right? So we're forging a dragon helmet. Are we forging anything else? Or forging an amulet of anti-magic, Scutata Volturnus. So we are forging. The purpose of that is we're trying to get stuff together to kit out some of these Tartarian Titans as potential thugs or super combatants, right? For instance, we've got Tart 3 down here, but she doesn't have much of anything. She's got gear that we've cobbled together from elsewhere, right? A Frostbrand. Good. Enchanted Spirit doesn't really do anything. The Frostbrand then. Anyways, so we're working on doing that. But again, we're kind of in that situation where our Earth and Astral, which are really important, Earth, Astral, and Nature, which are really important for forging, are kind of being consumed by needing a bunch of battlefield buffs. So, this isn't exactly how I wanted this turn to go, but it is. We got some pros, right? We have a shit ton of money, but we've got some cons, and that is that our gem scenario is not quite where we would want it to be. I could, like, keep in mind, I'm forging a Ring of Regeneration. I could stop forging a lot of shit, but that means we're not going to be doing half the other things that we're trying to do. So I think next turn I will be able to send out the army from Pan and the army from Kailasa fully equipped and prepared. The following turn, I will likely be able to. Do I have any? I don't have any scouts here. That's why I'm making scouts to be gem carriers in both Pan and in Kailasa. I think next turn I will be able to. What the fuck is moving out this way? Sorry, I'm super scatterbrained. This is another reason why I wanted this video to be short, is because I'm tired. Someone is sneaking. He's sneaking. You have no reason to sneak here. So next turn we should be able to send out these armies with the gems that they need for at least one big fight. We'll launch our Flames from the Skies attacks to whittle down Hinam's forces. And then we'll probably reinforce the following turn with more spare gems. And we'll see what we can do. And the goal is going to be, of course, to hit hard, hit fast, hit in Raphabolia and in White Forest. And then, pretty shortly after, hit in Sleepy Wolds. With the same type of situation, right? Several Flames from the Skies over the course of a few turns, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm not really discussing a lot of, like, what the possibilities are. Here's the thing. The Flames from the Skies are going to be useful. They're going to cut through a lot of, like, the undead chaffs, and maybe even kill some of his lesser units, right? But it's not going to kill any Grigories. It's not going to kill a whole lot of, like, his Rephite warriors or his Dawn Guard or things like that, right? It might kill some of them here or there, but it's not going to kill a lot of them. We're going to have to fight. He's going to have Grigories. He's going to be able to, like, battlefield magic us. He's going to be able to, like, send in super combatants to try to gem bait us or just kill the entirety of an army with just his Grigories. And there's always the chance that he has the ability to do the exact same thing back to us, like Flames from the Sky us, right? So it's entirely possible, like I said, and this is one of the reasons why I'm apprehensive about this situation, is that this could just be a long drawn out situation where we're gonna have to grind them both down, and hopefully come out on top. So we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.